just getting to where I'm getting used to this whole technology setup here on TikTok. So that's cool, but we've got a thing planned for this afternoon. So today we're working on this mushroom galaxy. No reason, no story behind it, but I've got to get some more batteries because my glow is getting low. But anyway, you can see I added a few more little invisible like things until the UV light hits it. So that's kind of cool. I also glowed my nails. I don't know if you can see it or not. Anyway, all things galaxy. Welcome. Hey Melanie. Unicorn spit again, and if you're not used to the unicorn spit, it's a gel stain. It's not a paint. It doesn't have any polymer, no acrylics. So it does stain wood. You can use it to paint with, on metal, wood, canvas, anything like that, as long as you seal it with an oil-based seal afterwards, and that will protect it, cover it, and it won't reactivate. If you don't seal it, if water touches it, it will begin to reactivate, which is awesome, because I was sharing with my sister, welcome Hope, I was sharing with my sister that that's one of the reasons I actually liked oil paintings, was because you could leave it for a couple days and then come back to it and it's still fresh. I mean, just maybe a little, linseed oil or something. But I mean, you could still keep moving it around. So when I switched from oils to acrylics, I came back in and it was dry. And I was shocked. I didn't realize, how fast they dry. So with painting with the unicorn spit, it's fabulous because it dries really fast, but all you've got to do is dampen your brush and it picks back up again, and you can just keep moving it around like oils. Then when you're ready to stop messing with whatever your background is or whatever, then you spray it with an oil-based spray. I guess you could use a brush, but this just is easy and quick for me, and it dries like in about 15 minutes, just a quick light coat over my unicorn spit. It's Minwax polyurethane, and I've got the fast drying clear gloss. So that's what I'm using on top of my unicorn spit creations. And then after that, when it's all finished, you can give it a spritz again and then resin on top of it, or just spray it again to give it a nice hard finish. Sturdy. Welcome. Hey Sonia. So let's open up this mushroom box and see what we can do. Let's start with the top. The bottom may just end up to be a pour. I don't know. So welcome, Suzette. So I'm going to start with some white unicorn spit. Let me get a palette. If you've not used unicorn spit before, you do want to wear gloves. It's non-toxic. It has essential oils in it for scent. It's either lemongrass or, what's the other? Jasmine. So that's kind of cool. So, your kids can get in there with you, but it is a little pricey. So the heads up there, that comes in sparkling. It also comes in regular, color without sparkle. They do now have metallic, and I just saw this one lady on Facebook that she did some coasters and they looked absolutely gorgeous. And it was unicorn spit and there was cells in it, and then she resined over it. But there's a unicorn spit that has just the clear with sparkles. And when I'm talking sparkles, I'm not talking glitter. I'm just talking iridescence. So it doesn't give it a cheapy glitter look, but it does give it a nice sparkle and bling, like for fairy things or whatever you want to sparkle. So anyway, so gloves, because it stains like crazy. And you do want to shake it up really well, especially the sparkles. Welcome everybody. Hey Very Fruity, how are you? That's great, I love the name. So I'll just put some white down. I'll add a little black in there just because I like to mix a bunch of different things. And if you are using acrylics and you have your unicorn spit, you can just mix your unicorn spit right in with your acrylics or right on the canvas that you're working on or whatever. As long as it's water soluble that you're using, like you can put it in gesso and color up your gesso. It's just a cool product. So, and I want to get into this yellow gold gosling or whatever it's called. It's a sparkle. It says gold, but it looks really orangey, so we'll see. But sparkle, it's a galaxy. So there's that. Hey Helen, welcome. So I just got started early today. I really need to find a room on Facebook to see how that all works before I just jump. So I'm just mixing some of the gold gosling into my white unicorn spit as well. And I just want to put some down and just see what happens. I just like moving paint around until something pops up. That's usually my go-to, how I do things. It just works for me. You do you any way you want. I have really no plan for the inside of this lid yet. So I really didn't like what had happened last Tuesday, so I'm also just go for it and go over it and see what else can come up in here. Just add water to your brush if it gets a little dry, and you can just keep blending this unicorn spit. It's fabulous. Now, usually when I do treasure boxes, hey, welcome, Wild Faith. I like to blend the bottom to the top, let's see, like this, so that it's all one. I haven't got my hinges on, it's not resined or anything, but so you get one entire picture when you look at it. You get the top, and then you get the bottom. That glows, by the way. And I also like to do the same thing on the outside. So it just kind of gives you that more 3D thing. So that's what I'm thinking for this one, is make sure my orientation is right. Because you have the hinges on the back and the latch on the front, that's no longer there. So you just keep checking. But I think I want to do kind of a scene like that. Maybe we tried doing kind of a Northern Lights yesterday, and I think that might be a good thing to do, like make it Earth, but then have the galaxy up on the lid. So that's what I'm thinking. Welcome, Dixie. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I've already got a cool looking part at the bottom. When you're painting with your glow paints, make sure you have a UV light around so you can keep checking to see what's going on. It's hard to tell. And when the UV light hits it, it's like, oh wow, what happened there? So, all right, I'm gonna do some black. And let's see, just do kind of maybe an idea of trees, I don't know. I'm just gonna play in my paint for a while, y'all. You just do whatever. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions, holler at me. I'll try and answer. I don't know if I got an answer, but I'll try. The way I do trees is I get a small square flat brush, and I dip it straight into, if I'm going to do these types, straight on the edge there, and you just start going up, kind of angling, or down, kind of angling. I like to do just basically the biggest part where I know it's going to go, and then go up from there. And it's very messy. the messier the better. Well, that's not that messy. Hold on. Kind of hard to do it backwards. Yeah, that's an excuse. So, okay. Wow. Totally hard to do it backwards. Anyway, like that. So there's a lot of space in between. You know, it's not like just a super even like Christmas tree, you know, thing. It's just lots of space and it's messy. It should be messy. That's me anyway. You do you, whatever. All right, hopefully that was right side up. Okay. So far, this is what it looks like on the lid. That was fast. I really like the inside. I may not do Galaxy. I might just kind of keep going that theme. I wonder what it looks like under a black light. I really don't like that you can, well, I kind of do. All right. I don't know about that. Kind of like that. Sherry, I always have an answer. Yeah, I usually have three. One is, yeah, no, and I don't know. And it usually goes right in that order because I really think I'm positively for sure no. And then I think about it and I'm like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, well, I might know. You get 3 answers every time. So I wanted to play with that gold Gosling really bad. So that's what I'm doing. It's not ending up to be a galaxy inside, but that's okay. A big chunk of something. I'm still not sure which direction I'm going with this. Thanks for all the likes, you guys. Thanks, Sherry. All right, so let me just blend in a little bit more black. And the black unicorn spit over the glow in the dark should cover. If it doesn't cover and it just gives kind of a glaze, that might be cool. You just never know. And to me, art is all about experimenting. When I was talking about that earlier, just being a mad scientist, basically, because you just don't know what products are going to do what. And depending on what you're working on, if it's wood or metal or whatever, it's going to give it a different feel. So your paint or gel or whatever you're using is going to respond differently to different tools, to different substrates, everything. So, cool. Just keep going. Don't quit. I'm going to just dampen that brush. It's still got quite a bit of blackish gray on it, and I'm going to use that to continue to blend. I really don't want some stark edges. I want a very loose feeling inside. Hey, Maddie. Welcome. Okay. Well, you got the idea of trees and sky so far. I feel like Bob Ross. I wish. Sorry, Bob. Oh gosh. Okay, so now I want to put a little bit of the neon blue in to make a little lake. And that's when you want your light, if you're doing any of the neons, because you just never know I'm just pulling that straight across, right next to that tree. Welcome, thank you for the likes. Thanks, Angelic Wisdom. Oh, thanks for the likes. Love the name. Okay, so what do we got? Okay, this is what we've got so far. That looks beautiful and peaceful. I want to be there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's see if we can marry the top to the bottom in some sort of fashion so that it just keeps coming down. The problem is the bottom has some like lime green, spacey looking clouds right there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how to show you guys this stuff. Anyway, so, but that's all right. I can just cover it up. Let me see if I can just kind of blend it in somehow. Maybe turn it into grass instead of clouds. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to use some white unicorn spit just to kind of brighten things up, and let me see where I'm going. I do like the idea of water, of course. You know me. Gotta have water. Something about it. It's mystical. And it's peaceful. And I don't care what kind of water it is. It's something about it that just brings me peace. I can go down to the ocean front here and in 20 minutes I'm like revived, you know, just I'm in awe of the ocean for one. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And I never get tired of looking at it. Plus then, you know, I'm a people watcher, so I like it because there's lots of activity going on and it's always very cool. Kids and families having a good time. It's good to get away once in a while just for things like that for no real reason. Okay, so there's that. Thank you. Yeah, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some more water. Well, I just got some orange in there. Let's see. Okay, so it's going to be a river, I think. So let's get rid of this yellow-orange stuff and get me some blue sparkle. And I think that river is going to come through some very limey green looking grass. That's what I'm thinking. Welcome. Hey, Arleach. I might add some blues just right at the beginning, this neon, because in case some of it wants to pop through later, I think that would be a very cool look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just picture where my river might be coming from, which is the lid, and just smear this around for a minute. I want to see what I'm doing with this light. A little bit. You can kind of see the idea of the river coming down. There's a lot of going back and forth with your two boxes, and you don't want to keep the hinges on. It's just too hard to keep them clean and nice and keep paint and product out of it. So it's best to take them off, but it does make it kind of a pain. But I've done it both ways, and off is best. Okay, I'm dipping the brush that's already quite wet into my blue sparkle unicorn spit and my white unicorn spit, and I just want to come over the edge with it. Like this is the box edge, so I just want to come down like that in just a couple lines. I don't want it all white or all blue, just a couple wavy looking stuff. And I'll go back in and do more detail later, but I'm just basically blocking in the amount of water and how wide this stream is coming down. So, and it's subject to change, I can promise you that. Everything I paint is subject to change until it's resin. Okay, I'm just making the lake a lot bigger. I didn't like the way it was starting to come down through the box lid over the edge. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's just very boring, but that's okay. One of the things about painting when I first started is I never gave myself time before I wiped it out, because I was like, well, that looks childish and that looks this, and you know, it takes time. Painting takes layers, and that's all it really was, is I was just quitting too soon. And I do that even now when I'm trying to just hurry up and finish something, which I should not do, but I do. But layers is where it's at. Just don't give up on yourself. Keep going. If you get frustrated, just don't worry about it. Take a step away, go get a drink or whatever, and come back. It's really amazing, the difference when you sit down and look at it after you think you've totally blown it or whatever, and you start seeing, oh man, that's not bad. I can do this, or I can do that. Just gotta step away. Just running some white unicorn spit along the back of the box, and I'll show you in 1 second, y'all. I hope you guys can make it to the Facebook group this evening. It's 5 my time Eastern. It's in a room which I've never done before, so I don't know how people are going to know that they can speak or show their stuff. And I guess when you go in, this is what I've got so far. I guess when you go in, everyone will have an option to put their face up or their canvas, whatever they're working on, up, or just keep it without a video and just keep it audio, I'm thinking. But I don't know, because I've never done this before, so. But you should never let fear stop you from something new. That is what I'm learning, and I have been learning it all of my life. I'm a slow learner on that on that one. But it's starting to get really fun, and I like that principle that I'm living by now. So everything is a yes, unless it's just not healthy. Or you don't feel like it. You know, you shouldn't do things you don't feel like doing. Not in art. Alright, so some more water coming down. I'm just taking my brush and I'm just doing stripes across it and letting it, if you want a darker line, then heavier weight on the brush, and then as you lift it, it'll get thinner. The unicorn spit is really nice for the thin lines because it's thin. There's no polymer in it. So it's kind of like an alcohol ink feeling. So it plays well. And I just kind of stagger the white lines. You know, you don't want it all the way across everywhere. Just here and there. Okay, so what I've got so far. Hi, Randall. Welcome. So this is what we've got so far on the inside. So I want to start working with the bottom a little bit and put something down there. I'm not sure because the trees are pretty big, so I really can't even bring, I guess I could bring one big tree up. Nah, I'll just make rocks. Let me just play in some spit for a second, y'all. I'm just mixing in that gold sparkle with the yellow, the white, black, and some blue. And I figured I'll get some kind of gross green, and that would be awesome for a rock. So, gross green, here it is. And it's interesting what your mind eye sees. You know, you could, I'm just doing shadows. I'm just bopping along with my brush, just doing shadows until something either looks like a rock or a bush or something. And then whatever it looks like, I'll go with that. And I'll go for those colors and whatever. So that's what I do. That's how I paint. Oh, yes you can, Jazz. Yes you can. So many people say that and they just don't know. I don't like drawing or anything like that. I like to just start, like you say, just playing in your paint. And that is, you know, painting. So, yeah, you can. Okay, the problem with the box now is it looks like these are little trees, and yeah, so, and these are big, which is backwards. If they're big, they should be up front, right? So that's odd. Unless it's not connected, but I really would like it to be connected. So, see, those are the things that's fun to do these treasure boxes, because it's like a puzzle. So in the middle of trying to figure out how you're painting this thing, you also have to figure out how it's going to look attached and how the picture is going to flow together and all that. And you know what? I really don't think I care that the trees at the top are really big and the bottom ones are not, because it still has a very cool flow. And for goodness sakes, I have a mushroom in a galaxy, so I'm really not going for reality, realism. So I'm going to get over that and just keep painting whatever's happening in here and just going to go with it. I just like to explain my process of thinking to you guys. I don't know if it makes any sense to you, but that's what happens. Aww. Alright, check this out. It's getting there. So, see what I'm saying? How the background is actually larger than the foreground. It gets tinier. But I don't think I really have too much of a problem with that, since this is the bottom of the box anyway. I just really like the loose feeling of it. Let me see. I'll just keep going down the side and see what happens when I get there. Hold on. Well, the water's changing color, so that kind of helps. You know, it kind of gives you, it's like a totally different atmosphere. I say it like I'm not the one changing the water. It's just happening. Seriously, painting is like that to me. It's like, oh, what's happening? All right, so now I'm going to put some more trees because I just cannot do it without another one. So, or rock. I'll just put a huge cliff. Hold on. I'm in the process. got a huge black spot here I've got to do something with. Ouch. So 5 o'clock on Facebook, if you guys can make it, Eastern. Tonight we're going to be doing a galaxy, for real, galaxy, and I get to use this. I'm so excited. It's like you buy, you know, the normal canvases all the time, and then me anyway, and then I buy one like that, or an oval convex one. Have you seen those where they actually are beveled? You can do the most beautiful, fabulous, like floral, whatever, or ocean, and it actually goes all the way to the wall, and it bevels like this all the way back to the wall. So if it's an oval, it just comes out like one of those old-fashioned mirrors that used to have the big glass thing. That's what it looks like, but it's a canvas, and they are amazing, and you can't frame them. You don't have to frame them. So it looks really cool on the wall. Just check them out. I think they're called convex canvases. And I'm not sure if Amazon has them, and I know that Dick Blick has them. So okay, I think what I'm going to do down here is, it may not actually be attached, really, just a little bit kind of looking like, but I think at the bottom I would like to see some rushing, rapidy water. So maybe over rocks or something. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to put my rocks in with white first because it's so dark right now. And what's cool about doing that is you can just put a chunk of white in, and then push your brush, keep pushing your brush like that. See how it bends? And then what happens is, as you come down, that white starts coming off of your brush and blending in back to your background. So you already have a highlight, and then it fades to dark on the way down. Let me do this and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You just pat it and bring it down. And as it comes down, it goes darker and darker because your paint starts coming off your brush. And you just kind of get a shadow. You can't really see, it's really white. Let me keep going. Anyway, it's a cool thing. I just added some black to the very base of it. And because I had white unicorn spit, it of course went to gray, which is fine. I'm gonna add some of that gold, yellow, gosling, whatever it's called, unicorn spit on top. Just in keeping with some mossy colors in this painting. And the more colors you throw in a rock, it seems the better it is. It's amazing. So, just as I need to keep working on it, that's what I'm trying to say. But there is a rock, and it's got all of the yellow, green, white, and black spit in it. And it does look very lemony yellow right now. But I'll just continue to work on that. And then if you want to add like a water line, and then you just get a palette knife, get some of your paint, run it across there, and then find your rock. I don't know if I can do this to you guys and what. And set it down and run it across. And that's how I do my water lines. Now, if it's going to be rushing, of course you're not going to have a nice straight line like that, I'm sure. But just cool, fun stuff. Hey Dawn, welcome. She made it. So glad. We've got a good group of people in here. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. I got a little carried away with my white here. And I haven't looked at my, what did you set it in water? I think I did. I set my little flashlight next to my water, and apparently the end of it went in, flinging water everywhere. Anyway. Okay, so all of the unicorn spit that I just painted has no glow. So the only thing glowing is the thing that was, oh, a hot air balloon. How beautiful is that? Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Karen, or Saren, however you say your name. Anyway, so I've got to add some more of that right there. Yeah, that was pretty. I hadn't seen those before. All right. Adding blue of the neon back, just back and forth, back and forth. This is the bottom of the box, so it's going to be resined, and I resin the bottoms so that people can throw keys in there or rings or change, whatever it is, and not hurt the design. So now resin is kind of pricey and it is heavy, so if I resin the outside of the top of the box, I probably won't resin the inside lid because it's already heavy. And you do kind of want that extra protection, I do, for the treasure boxes, and I like to resin them so that it's just super sturdy. But the inside, you can use a liquid glass. I'm not sure I have any more, but it's like a pouring medium, or you can just spray it with that Minwax polyurethane spray, this, and then spray it several times once it dries, you know, in layers so it doesn't run, but that's a nice finish as well. And then go ahead and resin just a little bit on the bottom, and you can also add to your resin, you know, your little iridescence and stuff and make it real pretty down there. So, okay, I'm just doing a very loose nature scene, basically. This is what it's ending up to be in the inside of my Mushroom Galaxy box. I'm going to go with some dark blue in the back here. I just thought it would be pretty to put some blues. Blue sparkle, unicorn spit, gotta love it. If you haven't tried the unicorn spit, you guys, I promise you it's so fun and a little frustrating if you're used to acrylics because it's not an acrylic, it's a gel stain. So just don't get discouraged if you're going to try it. Just know it's going to be like everything else, something new, and you're just going to have to work with it and play with it and, you know, see how you can use it. But they have a unicorn spit group on Facebook that is actually by the official makers of unicorn spit. It says Unicorn Spit Official. That's the group, and I joined that group because I want to hear from the people that make this stuff, what else they've got coming up, and what else you can do with it. And then I just go ahead and try things on my own, and sometimes it's a fail and sometimes it's awesome, and just never know till you try. I'm learning to like it too, Sherry. Oh yeah, Jazz, I love glow-in-the-dark paint. I just cannot get enough. This is the invisible. So it actually glows when you hit it with a UV light, but it won't show up once it's dry on your painting. So I could put it right on top of that rock and you would not see it until I hit it with a light, and then the rock would glow. So It's fun. It's fun. I don't know if you've used the invisible or not, but it's a very cool thing. I'm gonna put a moon right here or something. I think it's the music. Waiting for a wolf to start howling or something. Oh, that was bigger than I had thought. Okay, let's see what happened. Nothing happened. That's not good. That one did not glow well. I must not mixed it up. Let me try a different one. I don't know, moons, maybe blue would be pretty. Let me see what the rest of the colors look like. Yeah, let me go with blue. This is so old. I have to get some more. It's just like chunks. But I don't care, I'm just smashing it down. Literally smashing it down. I'm gonna find something to do that with. I just love art. I just love the whole feeling of coming in here, putting some music on, and just seeing what happens. Sometimes nothing happens. It's a little disappointing. Yep. Oh, you're using invisible? Oh, that's cool. Very cool, Sherry. Well, this invisible really was invisible even when I hit it with the black light. So I don't know what that was about. I think I need to shake it up or something. So I just ended up going back to the blue. But I want to add a little black. I'm using a skewer that I cut because the end is so flat. It's fabulous for those little round whatever divots that you want to put in. Okay, let me see if I can blend this back up into I've got a chunk of blue I'm chasing around in here. Sorry guys, hold on. Okay, let me see what happened. Well, that's not bad. That's not what you want to hear. That's not bad. All right, so that's kind of cool. It's a little too muted, but my light is fading fast. I don't like that super lime green right behind the blue. I'm not sure which one's gonna go, but something's gonna go. Thanks for the like, Sherry. Appreciate you. I'm just blending in with a wet brush what I just did on that moon. I'm smearing everything around because I didn't really like that bright green. I didn't like the moon. So dampen the brush and everything goes poof, gone. Now there may still be some glow and I'll check before I start painting again over it. And I might go ahead and put it right back in. But just there was something about the composition that bothered me. And I am learning that when that happens, you need to address it. Because otherwise, I go through the whole painting and at the end, the composition still bothers me. And I'm like, well... And all I'm saying when I'm saying composition, I am not a trained artist. I mean, I'm self-taught. My mama taught me and all, but what I'm saying is something bugs me. That's all I'm saying. Something about it that's off, and I don't know what it is, but just fix it. You know, just keep working with it till you fix it, because it won't go away. Not for me anyway. Okay, I'm actually going to add some more of that lime green, I think, to the other side. Gertie got lost. Okay, so what I ended up deciding was just to put some more of that glow in instead of less. That's interesting. I'll take some out. I'm just putting it in, taking it out, which is nice. I mean, it's nice to have such a cool product on both of these, the glow and the spit, the unicorn spit, that you have that much flexibility that you can just take it out, you know. All right, let me show you so far. Well, wait, hold on. Sorry. Oh, that's funny. See, I can't do that either. I lose everybody. I get kicked out or something when I try and swipe. I'm going to stir this up. I'm wondering if that's what it is, because it's supposed to be glow, but I am not impressed. It says glow there. I'm putting some non-glow unicorn spit in there. Sorry guys, hold on, I'll show you where I'm going. So I'm going with the moon kind of like that, huge, majorly huge. I don't know what's gonna glow and what's not. Not much. Not much of that moon glows, but I kind of like that actually. So I'm happy with that. I'll put a little bit more dark blue on the back side, but I don't really want to mess with it much. Kind of keep it loose. And then I'm going to take that same glow that is in the moon and just bring it down where there may be some reflection in the water. So something kind of like that. I don't know if you can see it. I have no idea what you guys are looking at and what you can see. I'm sorry. I need to figure this setup out. Anyway, so there's the top of that. I'm still satisfied. So I want to bring some of that same moony looking water down. Just running it in streaks across. No real rhyme or reason. Oh man, I love painting these treasure boxes. If you've never done it before, I encourage you to go grab one. It's such a cool thing. It's such a cool gift. I don't know. And then you can make like the ring holders to match. That's what we've been doing. And you can make a painting to match your treasure box so that you can have a little painting on top of a dresser and then the treasure box on top and a ring holder that matches. Too much? Maybe. Alright, so there's that so far. Keep going. Keep going, Mel. You know, it's just amazing, this unicorn spit, because it is kind of like the alcohol inks in the way that you really don't know what to expect when you add a couple colors. It's not like your acrylics or even oils. So it's exciting for sure. And start working on the side for some reason, so it took me so long to finally give myself permission just to paint whatever I felt like. I don't know why. You don't have to justify your art to anyone, just so you know, even to yourself. And we are sometimes our worst critics, right? Just paint something if it makes you feel happy, you know? Paint whatever you feel like. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. That was my thing. I would stop and say, well, that doesn't make sense. And the thing that helped me was starting just to paint fairies and stuff, because it's like I was telling Sherry that the other day, no one can say, well, a fairy doesn't look like that. I mean, they can, but it's like, prove it. And not only that, this fairy does. So, and then I realized it doesn't have to be fantasy in order to give yourself freedom to paint whatever you want. You can paint anything you want. It doesn't have to make sense. The colors can clash. Doesn't matter. It's the experience, you know? It's the journey, the process. Learning that, oh my gosh, this worked out really cool. I may have to remember this, you know? It's stuff like that that makes the painting so fun. And other artists that get it, you know? It's so cool. I love the whole art community and everything. It's too fun. You do you. That's right, Randall. I'm trying. So that was green, sparkle green. And bring some green back into this water. Ooh, that turned out nice. So I just added some dark lines down at the bottom in that green. I really like when you're doing water to have so many different colors in it. And that's the way I do it. I just, here and there, it's like add another color, another shade of green or a shade of blue. And then eventually, as you're running your white across, or, you know, your highlights, those colors will be picked up. And so it's very pretty. Sometimes I get like, I start doing the streaks and it looks good, and so then I just keep doing the streaks, and then pretty much I have everything just white streaks. So I'll go back over it again with some more dark colors, but that's the kind of, thank you. whoever that came from, thank you so much. Randall, I appreciate the flowers. But that's what I'm talking about, the layering. It just accidentally happens because I don't quit. You know, I should stop when I do just a few streaks, but I don't because it looks good. So I keep going, and that's normal. You know, you don't know until you try it. So I keep going, and then I go too far, so then you have to put more blues and greens and blacks, whatever, in your water. And that just automatically gives you that layering that you're looking for anyway. So, and it just gives you a very cool, watery look, doesn't it? At least I see water. I see water. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Cucumber. Oh, you were here a couple weeks back. Welcome. I remember your name. And thank you, Randall, for catching him. I'm telling you, guys are awesome. Okay, I'm putting green and gold on a rock just to add some different colors to let those colors pop out a little bit and just show up here and there underneath the white and black. I'm excited, and I'm quite nervous actually about tonight's Facebook group and their room because I've never done it before. So if it wasn't for my niece who wanted to start painting, I probably would never have done that. So it's actually a good thing because I want to be able to learn, you know, different platforms and stuff. I want to get over my fear of new stuff, so it's a benefit for me. I just have to remember that. And just wiped out that rock pretty well. I'll put some more blue sparkle right down in there. So if you do get the sparkling unicorn spit, I have to tell you, when you get your water to where you've got some lines and you've got some shade and you want to add just a little bit more, grab that blue sparkling and just go right over what you've got, because the sparkle is more sheer than the regular spit, so it kind of gives you a glaze. And it's just so pretty. So far that's what we've got. Sorry guys, I just kind of shove it in your face. I don't know what is even happening with this. Yeah, I gotta fix those lines in the middle. Because of your share. Oh, very cool. Thank you, Randall. That's awesome, Miss Cucumber. Well, I hope you guys are getting to paint a little bit today, whether it's now or later. If something's not working out and you keep trying over and over again to do something, I recommend you change your brush. You will be surprised how much difference a brush can make. just change it. Just keep trying different ones, because you'll find favorites. If you've not painted a lot before, you'll find that it's like 2 brushes I could probably do. Because they just work for you, you know, and there's no right or wrong way. I know, you know, my mom used to tell me, don't scrub. You know, it's bad for your brushes, but I still scrub. But I use my cheap brushes because she taught me that, and I know. So, okay, I want some more rocks coming across the back. My rocks are brown, green, blue, black, and yellow so far. Not brown. But it seems to be working okay. And I'll put some glow-in-the-dark paint at the very end to kind of highlight, so that way when it is hit with the black light, everything kind of glows up. So that'll be fun. Okay, I'm gonna use a brighter yellow. What time is it? 12:45. Hey tumblers, welcome. Okay, still just trying to work on some sort of greenery or rock or something to kind of break up the water coming down. So I'm actually working on that light spot right there, trying to add some greenery or something. And you just really, especially with the treasure boxes, because they are so small, it's really a fun thing to paint on, because you just give the idea of a tree or the idea of a building, you know, like a cabin or something like that. You really don't have to get that detailed. Like if you were doing a large canvas, then, you know, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to paint. So this is perfect for those of us who like to paint loosely, and, you know, yay. Also, though, there is a flip side. It is hard to get as much stuff on there that you're trying to get in a small space. So there is that. Still just coming down the sides with some more yellows. I liked what I saw, so I'm going to keep doing it for a little while. And come around the corner of the box as well, so it kind of blends in, merges. I'm just trying to figure out where the river is going. If it's a river, if it's a lake. I'm giving myself blocking in some guidelines of shadows where something might be. See that really dark right there? So just adding different colors here and there, just seeing what I can come up with. I'm just taking some black in my brush and pushing it into the yellow that I just put there and making a very mossy green looking clump in the corner. And then I'm going to touch it with a little bit of unicorn spit white. I haven't cleaned my brush. I just wanted a little bit of lighter color at the tops of those bushes or whatever they are. Maybe a little yellow and white together might work. A little more highlight. Just trying to come up with where the top of a rock is or where the top of a tree is with these highlights. Just highlighting and low lighting, basically. Just shadows and light. Some of this might be actually under water. Might be kind of a cool look. So, just run my brush through the white unicorn spit again and do a few more lines just to see where I'm at on water lines. It's just really stripy and I don't like that, but I'll show you. It's a little embarrassing, but I'll show you. No. So that rock greenery in this lower corner is what I'm working on. And then the water. Let's put these two, the top and bottom, together and see if it flows at all. Okay, so it's starting to. And like I said, everything is layers. So it takes quite a process to keep going. So there's that. It's a good start though for today. I'm pretty happy with that. I was not expecting to do trees. Let me see what I can see. So there is some glow to it. I'll have to glow up that other part a little bit more. So that's kind of cool. This one I've pretty much taken all the glow out. A lot of glows make no sense because I've been painting over and not using my light. So I need to change the battery, get it stronger, and then come back and start painting with my light if I'm gonna start adding some glow. So, but anyway, that treasure box is coming along pretty good, you guys. We're doing well. So still got a long ways to go, but that's cool. But I'm gonna, thanks Sherry, I appreciate that. And Miss Cucumber, Sherry, Randall, everybody that jumped in today, Sierra, if you're still here, I appreciate you guys. And I hope you show up on the Facebook. I cannot guarantee it's going to go smooth. I can almost guarantee it's not. But it's at 5 o'clock Eastern Time on the Cape Charles Art page on Facebook. And you can just click the link that says interested and it'll give you options of going or maybe or whatever. Click that and then I will send you, or it will send you notification. So this evening we'll be doing a galaxy. So grab a canvas or a box or Canva board, metal, something, table, and get ready to paint a galaxy tonight. And I recommend you go to see Google Hubble telescope images because it's just, oh, the colors, you guys. This is going to be a blast. See ya.